Hey there, welcome back folks. Lee Tauken here with Today's Angler, and I am about to show you the #1 best musky combo you can get, basically. So let's just say you have 0 musky rods and you want to start out musky fishing. Basically, it really comes down to 1 rod length. 9 foot will pretty much cover basically all of the presentations that you could most likely do casting for muskies. And this happens to be the 9 foot Chaos Tackle assault stick, and they make this in 2 levels. This is the 2020 model, and the 2020, which came out last year in 2020. Show you here, that's the 2020 model there. Like I said, this is the 9 foot, and this is an extra heavy action, which would cover you from 3, I don't know what it says on here, 3 to 10 ounce lure weight ratings. And incidentally, these rods, you maybe caught that as I pulled the rod out, but it is a telescoping musky rod, which actually will make your boat bigger. It'll make your storage, putting into your truck, so on. I see I already got a tangle here. How did I do that? Okay, I got that fixed. But basically, it'll fit into your truck better, the back of your truck, your vehicle, into your house, even more importantly, into your rod lockers. You can actually shrink this 9 foot musky rod down to 7 foot 5 inches, so it'll fit in most rod lockers. That would have you covered. And for a reel, I've got the Tranx 400 HG on there. HG stands for high gear, and this is about a $300 retail. And I know it's a little steep, you know, but buy it once and then you don't have to do it again. So many people start out, they try to save some money, you know, and get a $100 reel, and you know, the rod you can skimp on a little bit, but you know, a $100 reel, the thing is just not going to perform well. It's not going to last. Do it one time. Nowadays, you can often find a used one from another fishing guy that you know, or a Facebook group or whatnot. But yeah, this high gear, as you can see here, shows 400 HG, the high gear, which reels in, it's about 40 inches per crank, and that's got the single power handle like that. That'll give you more cranking power for retrieving the bait. And yeah, it's a fast reel. They also make this reel in a 5.8 retrieve. What's nice about a faster one is obviously you can always slow down. If you have the slow model reel, it's harder to speed up. So versatility wise, I would go with the HG, the high speed version of it. I tend to use the power gear version of it for my slower presentations like top waters, basically mostly top water baits. So that gives you an idea. Just a couple more features on the Chaos Assault Stick Swat model, and I should show you that too. The Swat, that's the extra heavy model. They have a couple other actions of this. One would be the medium heavy, which is the surgical strike. They also have the tactical strike, which is a heavy action. And then they've got the XX heavy, and that particular one is the shock and awe. So at any rate, yeah, like I said, the telescoping, the 2020 version of the assault sticks have the upgraded guides. I can't think of the name of them, but they're upgraded. You gotta trust me there. You know, it's got awesome tip top that doesn't, none of these guides, I've never had one come out of the, you know, the inserts come out. So that's a really nice feature. Even more important too, we've got basically about a 2 to 3 inch longer handle section than most musky rods available today. And that really helps and aids you into casting a bait. It's just so much easier. If you were to hold it here and then cast, and then to hold it here, especially when you have a lure that's say over 4 ounces in weight, it's so much easier. That gives you leverage. It's no different than having a larger handle on your reel. That's much more leverage. Same concept. For line, we've got the Power Pro Super Slick V2 in the flame green. It's kind of faded now. We like the bright line because we can see it well. You know where everyone's line is in the boat. Let's see. I can also show you the other version of the Assault Stick. This is the original, and this is also the Swat version, extra heavy. As you can see, that's got the green wrap, green logo, just like so, as opposed to the 2020 rods have the red wrap. That's kind of how you can tell the difference between the two. So price difference, the original Assault Stick, you're about 200 bucks. With the 2020s, you're about 350. So what are you getting? You're paying for weight reduction when you go into the higher end one, and you're paying for the higher end guides as well. One neat little thing that Chaos has come out with is these Revolution seats. Actually, Chaos has not come out with them. They have added this brand reel seat to their rod, so that's not a Chaos only. Other manufacturers have incorporated that as well, but it's really nice. This is like a palming trigger basically. So you've got your reel here. You've got just a much different position, and really is quite a bit more comfortable for some people. Just kind of depends on your personal preference. And you can actually interchange these. As you can see here, that foam will actually unscrew like that. You can actually just put a little, I can't think of it, it's just a little add-on piece that'll screw in, and then you could have a flat or regular trigger, kind of, sort of. It's similar to a regular trigger. You can also add a longer version of this if you're hardcore bucktail fishing or rubber fishing or vertical jigging. They make longer versions of this, or you would actually hold it just like that and just have a lot different pivot point for working the bait, especially bucktails. It's really kind of cool. So that's the Revolution seat. They've got that available on a few of the select Chaos rods as well. And that's pretty much it. The telescoping musky rod. I've wanted it my entire life. It's finally available from the Chaos line. And for those of you that are thinking, oh, maybe that's gonna fail on me, or it's just not as strong. I tell you, we've been fishing these for so long, and probably about 5 years now, and have really had zero issues with that. So, oh yeah, forgot one other feature of the Chaos rods with the traditional trigger like this. They have a hole drilled into the trigger like so, and what that'll allow you to do is hook your lure on through that trigger. And I'll tell you why that's really a neat deal. They also provide the little hook here, like a lot of rods have. What usually happens is you're hooking baits on there and the thing gets pulled out and this, that, whatever. I always just hook my leader to that. But what's nice about the hole in the trigger is that your hooks are all contained below and away from your line. I had found in years past when I was using rods with the little hook hanger here, if my bait was hanging here and I would have my rod sitting down and I'd be blasting across 3-foot waves and all my baits are swinging and jumping around, they would actually nick your line between your reel and the first guide there. And then you go to the next spot, you'd make a cast, and the lure would actually fly off. So you would tick that line with a sharp hook, and this has pretty much eliminated, the hole in the trigger has pretty much eliminated having a cut line in front of your reel. So that's a pretty neat trick that's comes on all of the Chaos models. So other than the ones with the Revolution seat. So there you have it. That is a rod that'll pretty much cover all the bases for musky fishing all around. Like I said before, I can't even remember what the lure weight is, 3 to 10 ounce. So that are pretty, you could throw a 1.5 ounce too with that, but that's just kind of a generic rating for that lure weight. And you could throw, like I said, all the way up to 10 ounce bait. So that covers most applications in musky fishing. So if you have any questions, you'd like to scoop up a couple of these units, you could of course go down to the link in the description, kstackle.com, and of course the Shimanos are available a lot of places. So we'll leave a few links below. Appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much, and good luck on your first or your next musky expedition.